been a little more than a year now since two of the biggest superstars in Hollywood, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, got married.
NBC's Tom Brokaw recently caught up with them. Tom, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
In the glittering world of Hollywood, where cameras flash and headlines scream, love stories unfold under the brightest spotlights. But beneath the surface of red carpet kisses and social media declarations, a darker question lingers. How much of what we see is real? Welcome to an exploration of celebrity relationships that felt too convenient, too staged, or simply too good to be true. This is the story of love as a commodity, romance as a marketing tool, and the blurred line between genuine connection and calculated publicity. From whirlwind engagements that lasted mere weeks to decade-long mysteries that still haunt pop culture, these are the relationships that made the world ask, are we watching love or are we watching theater? The early days Steve-O and Nicole Richie, the year was 2006, and reality television had reached a fever pitch. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie dominated headlines with their hit show, The Simple Life, a program that showcased wealthy socialites navigating ordinary life with comedic results. But behind the scenes, Nicole Richie's personal life was spiraling. The tabloids chronicled her dramatic weight loss with alarming frequency. Disturbing images circulated comparing her current appearance to healthier times past. She assured the public she was simply working with a trainer 3 times weekly and had eliminated fast food from her breakfast routine. But concern continued to mount. Meanwhile, the dewy arrests were piling up and Nicole's reputation was taking a beating. Enter Steve-O, the wild man of Jackass fame, himself no stranger to controversy and negative press coverage. When photographers captured the unlikely pair engaged in very public displays of affection, eyebrows raised across the entertainment industry. The timing seemed almost too perfect. Two celebrities desperate for positive attention, suddenly appearing together at precisely the moment both needed a narrative shift. The relationship, if it could be called that, generated exactly the kind of buzz both parties needed. Magazine covers featured their coupling. Entertainment news segments dissected every public appearance, but the charade couldn't last forever. Years later, Steve-O himself would confirm what many had suspected from the beginning: the entire relationship was fabricated, a stunt designed purely to generate attention and redirect public focus from their respective scandals. It was, he admitted freely, nothing more than performance art disguised as romance. The confession came with little fanfare, as if even Steve-O recognized the absurdity of maintaining the illusion any longer. Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny, a cultural collision. Fast forward to 2023, and the speculation machinery had only grown more sophisticated. When photographs emerged showing supermodel Kendall Jenner alongside Puerto Rican music sensation Bad Bunny, the internet erupted into immediate skepticism. The Kardashian-Jenner family's reputation for orchestrating publicity preceded them, and many assumed matriarch Kris Jenner had engineered yet another strategic pairing. Bad Bunny, beloved for his authentic representation of Latino culture and his unapologetic championing of his heritage in mainstream pop music, seemed an unlikely match for Kendall, who had faced repeated accusations of cultural appropriation. The Puerto Rican star's fanbase expressed their disappointment vocally and immediately. How could their champion, who had performed over 400 shows while maintaining his cultural integrity, align himself with someone whose relationship with Latino culture felt exploitative rather than respectful? Yet the couple continued appearing together, month after month, at events and casual outings alike. The paparazzi captured them at restaurants, leaving venues, and in quiet moments that seemed difficult to stage. Slowly, public opinion began to shift. Perhaps this wasn't another Jenner family scheme after all. Perhaps, against all odds and expectations, two people from vastly different worlds had found genuine connection. The relationship would eventually run its course, but not before forcing even the most cynical observers to question their assumptions about manufactured celebrity romance. The tragic tale of Rock Hudson and Phyllis Gates. To understand the depths of Hollywood's willingness to manufacture romance, one must travel back to the golden age of cinema, to the 1950s, when the studio system controlled every aspect of a star's public image. Rock Hudson represented the pinnacle of American masculinity on screen: tall, handsome, charismatic, the embodiment of heterosexual romance in film after film. But privately, Hudson was gay, living in an era when such a revelation could destroy a career instantly. Enter Phyllis Gates, secretary to Hudson's agent Henry Wilson. Their meeting seemed ordinary enough, but the marriage that followed in 1955 was anything but. Wilson, keenly aware of the whispers beginning to circulate about his client's sexuality, orchestrated the union to protect Hudson's all-American image. The marriage served its purpose, silencing rumors and maintaining Hudson's box office appeal. But the human cost was devastating. Phyllis would later speak of a marriage that dissolved after only 3 years, claiming ignorance of the true motivation behind their rushed wedding. Rock Hudson, meanwhile, continued his career, continuing to hide his true self from a public that wasn't ready to accept him as he was. The tragic conclusion came decades later when Hudson became one of the first major celebrities to die from AIDS-related complications in 1985. His death forced America to confront both the AIDS crisis and the terrible price of forcing people to live inauthentic lives. His partner, Mark Christian, would later sue Hudson's estate, adding another layer of tragedy to an already heartbreaking story. The marriage to Phyllis Gates remains one of Hollywood's most cynical examples of image management trumping human dignity. One Tree Hill's broken romance, the early 2000s brought a new phenomenon: television shows where young, attractive actors worked in close proximity, often playing romantic interests. One Tree Hill became a cultural touchstone for its teenage audience, and the real-life romance between cast members Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush seemed to mirror their on-screen chemistry perfectly. They began dating in 2002, and fans celebrated the relationship as proof that television magic could translate to real life. But the fairy tale fractured almost immediately. The couple became engaged, married, and divorced in less than 18 months, a timeline so compressed it triggered immediate speculation. What had gone so catastrophically wrong so quickly? Sophia Bush would later suggest, in carefully worded interviews, that she had felt pressured into the marriage, that forces beyond her control had pushed her toward an altar she wasn't ready to approach. Chad Michael Murray's representatives vehemently denied these claims, creating a he said she said situation that continues to fascinate fans. Bush has since characterized the entire episode as a youthful mistake, the kind of error in judgment that comes from being 22 years old and caught up in the intensity of filming a hit television show. But questions linger. Was there external pressure from the network or production company to maintain the relationship for publicity purposes? Did the show's ratings benefit from the real-life romance of its leads? The truth remains murky, lost somewhere between conflicting accounts and the passage of time. What's certain is that both actors moved on, but the brief marriage remains a cautionary tale about mixing professional and personal lives in the entertainment industry. The quarantine couple Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. When the world shut down in 2020, celebrities faced an unusual problem: how to maintain public visibility when the traditional machinery of fame had ground to a halt. Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas provided an answer that felt almost too convenient to be coincidental. The actors, who had starred together in the psychological thriller Deep Water, suddenly became ubiquitous on social media through an endless stream of paparazzi photographs. The images followed a predictable pattern: Ben and Ana walking their dogs, Ben and Ana grabbing coffee, Ben and Ana existing in domestic bliss while the world suffered through lockdown. They became known as the quarantine couple, their relationship serving as a distraction from pandemic anxiety. But the timing raised eyebrows. With movie theaters closed and Deep Water awaiting release, some suggested the relationship served primarily as an extended promotional campaign for their film. Ana de Armas would later claim that the intense spotlight and constant photography contributed to her decision to leave Los Angeles entirely. The public nature of the relationship, she suggested, became overwhelming. But the most iconic moment of this alleged romance came after its conclusion, when photographers captured a life-sized cardboard cutout of Ana being discarded into Ben's trash. The image went viral instantly, becoming a meme that perfectly encapsulated public skepticism about the relationship's authenticity. Whether genuine or manufactured, the Ben and Anna story demonstrated how celebrity relationships could still generate massive public interest even without traditional promotional events. Jennifer Aniston's convenient rebound, the year 2005, brought one of the decade's biggest celebrity scandals, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's divorce, followed by Brad's relationship with Angelina Jolie, his co-star from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The public chose sides immediately, with Team Jennifer and Team Angelina camps forming across popular culture. But Angelina wasn't the only co-star who became romantically linked to one of these famous exes. That same year, Jennifer Aniston starred opposite Vince Vaughn in a film whose title seemed to predict their future, The Breakup. When rumors of a real-life romance began circulating, cynics immediately noted the convenient timing. A movie about a couple's dissolution, promoted by two actors allegedly experiencing genuine romantic connection. The promotional possibilities were endless, and the film became a box office success, earning far more than initial projections suggested it would. The relationship, such as it was, dissolved shortly after the movie's release, precisely when it no longer served any obvious promotional purpose. Yet both Aniston and Vaughn have spoken warmly of their time together in subsequent interviews, suggesting genuine affection existed between them, even if the relationship's public nature served strategic purposes. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle, two people who genuinely liked each other, whose timing happened to perfectly coincide with mutual professional benefit, and who allowed their private connection to become public spectacle because it served everyone's interests. The divergent chemistry question. Young adult dystopian novels dominated the book market in Hollywood in the early 2010s, and the Divergent series represented one of the most successful franchises. The casting of Theo James and Shailene Woodley as the leads, Tris and Four, brought two talented actors together in circumstances designed to generate romantic speculation. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, their characters' relationship forming the emotional core of the films. During the extensive press tours promoting the movies, James and Woodley displayed a flirtatious rapport that went beyond typical co-star professionalism. They joked about repeatedly practicing kissing scenes, made suggestive comments during interviews, and generally behaved like two people strongly attracted to each other. Fans desperately wanted to believe in an off-screen romance, creating social media campaigns and analyzing every interaction for evidence of genuine feeling. But both actors consistently denied any romantic involvement, even as their behavior suggested otherwise. Years later, Theo James would confirm what many suspected: the apparent chemistry was deliberate, a joint decision by both actors to create maximum believability for their characters' relationship. Every flirtatious comment, every lingering look during press junkets was calculated to make audiences more invested in Tris and Four's on-screen love story. It worked brilliantly, though it left fans feeling somewhat manipulated when they learned the truth. The Divergent situation highlighted an uncomfortable reality. Sometimes what appears to be spontaneous romantic chemistry is actually just two skilled professionals doing their jobs exceptionally well. Kylie and Timothy, the unlikely pairing. When whispers began circulating in early 2023 about Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, the public reaction was immediate disbelief. The pairing made no sense on paper: a reality television star and beauty mogul, and a serious method actor known for choosing artistically challenging roles. What could these two possibly have in common? Grainy paparazzi photos showed Kylie's distinctive car outside Timothy's residence. Anonymous inside sources confirmed the relationship to various tabloids, but nobody believed it was real. Then came the Beyoncé concert, where the couple made their relationship unmistakably public, engaging in displays of affection that left no room for interpretation. The internet exploded with reactions ranging from confusion to accusations of another Kris Jenner master plan. What angle was being played? What mutual benefit justified this seemingly random coupling? Conspiracy theories proliferated. Was Timothée trying to increase his mainstream appeal? Was Kylie attempting to add artistic credibility to her image? The age difference, while modest, also generated commentary, particularly after Kendall Jenner made jokes about their respective ages during filmed conversations. As of this writing, the relationship continues, defying predictions of its swift demise. Perhaps, once again, the cynics were wrong. Perhaps two people from different worlds genuinely found connection, regardless of how unlikely it appeared from the outside. Or perhaps the truth will only emerge years from now, when one or both parties feel free to discuss what really transpired during this chapter of their lives. The Weeknd and Selena Gomez, a brief interlude. In 2017, when paparazzi captured The Weeknd and Selena Gomez kissing, the internet didn't know how to process the information. Selena had spent years entangled in an on-again, off-again relationship with Justin Bieber that dominated entertainment news and social media. The Weeknd represented something different, a dark, moody alternative to the pop prince who had defined Selena's romantic narrative for so long. But skepticism emerged immediately. Many wondered if Selena was simply trying to escape the Justin Bieber drama by creating a new storyline. Others recalled her previous rumored relationship with Zedd, which many believed existed primarily to promote their musical collaboration. When The Weeknd and Selena's relationship ended less than a year later, gossip publications insisted the entire affair had been contractual, a business arrangement disguised as romance to benefit both parties' careers and public images. The most damning evidence came years later, in 2020, when Selena appeared in a video with makeup artist Nikki Tutorials and casually mentioned being single for almost 5 years. The math didn't work if her relationship with The Weeknd had been genuine. Fans jumped on the inconsistency, using it as proof that their suspicions had been correct all along. Neither party has directly addressed these claims, leaving the truth suspended in uncertainty. Another entry in the long catalog of questionable celebrity couplings. Sean and Camila. The Sonorita situation. Few celebrity relationships have felt as aggressively promoted as the pairing of Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. The barrage of public displays of affection reached almost parodic levels, with the couple seemingly unable to appear in public without engaging in ostentatious kissing sessions. One particular video of them kissing went viral for all the wrong reasons, with viewers comparing their technique to various marine animals and expressing profound discomfort at the public nature of their affection. The timing of their relationship's public debut coincided precisely with the release of their duet, Si Ahorita, a song whose music video featured the pair in various romantic scenarios. While celebrities often date within their industry, the aggressive promotion of this particular relationship felt different, more calculated. Adding to the suspicion was Sean's previous alleged relationship with Hailey Baldwin, which many also dismissed as publicity-driven given her subsequent marriage to Justin Bieber. Yet Sean and Camila persisted, maintaining their relationship for 2 years before announcing their separation in 2021. The duration surprised many cynics who had predicted a much quicker dissolution. Perhaps they had genuinely cared for each other, even if the relationship's origins involved strategic career considerations. Sean later spoke about the difficulty of writing songs that could adequately capture his feelings for Camila, suggesting genuine emotion existed beneath the publicity machinery. The Sean and Camila story remains divisive. Were they two young artists who fell in love and simply happened to leverage that love for professional benefit? Or was the entire enterprise a carefully orchestrated campaign that lasted longer than anyone expected? From Tom Cruise's couch, jumping enthusiasm for Katie Holmes to Kim Kardashian's 72-day marriage to Chris Humphries. From Taylor Swift's iconic moment with Tom Hiddleston wearing that "I Heart Tex" shirt to the Twilight Saga romance between Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, Hollywood has provided countless reasons to question celebrity love's authenticity. These relationships occupy a strange territory where genuine emotion and calculated publicity merge into something indistinguishable. Two contradictory truths can coexist. Real feelings may flourish within relationships that simultaneously serve strategic career purposes. The machinery of fame demands constant content, an endless stream of stories to satisfy the media's insatiable hunger. Relationships offer perfect material. They're visual, emotional, and endlessly debatable. Whether completely fabricated, strategically amplified, or authentic connections that benefited from public exposure, these romances reveal Hollywood's fundamental complexity. Entertainment has always blurred the line between reality and performance, but nowhere is this distinction more elusive than in matters of the heart. As we consume these narratives, share photographs, and debate relationships online, we become complicit in creating the demand that makes manufactured romance viable. Celebrities deliver what audiences crave: drama, passion, heartbreak, and redemption. Perhaps authenticity matters less than we believe. Entertainment exists to transport us, to provide emotionally engaging stories. The real question isn't whether these relationships were genuine, but why their authenticity matters so profoundly to us. Maybe we're drawn to these stories because they reflect our own struggles with authenticity in an increasingly performative world. Celebrity romances become mirrors, showing us the complicated dance between private truth and public presentation that we all navigate daily. In questioning their love, we question the nature of connection itself in our image-obsessed culture. The fascination endures because these stories tap into universal human experiences: love, betrayal, hope, and disappointment, but magnified through the lens of fame. Whether real or scripted, these relationships captivate us because they represent the eternal human search for genuine connection in a world that often feels artificial. And perhaps that's the ultimate truth. In Hollywood, as in life, love exists somewhere between what's real and what we choose to believe. If you found this exploration of Hollywood's most questionable romances fascinating, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. We dive deep into the stories behind the headlines, the truth beneath the glamour, and the complicated reality of life in the spotlight. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these relationships do you believe were genuine, and which ones do you think were purely for show? Have you ever changed your mind about a celebrity couple after learning new information years later? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation about love, fame, and everything in between.